Hey guys, not sure how much commentary we can do on this or scorekeeping, but we just heard about this match, so we wanted to get it up for you guys. Let me know if you can hear and see okay. I think we're going to have George Teache coming in. He might be able to keep you guys updated a little better here. Thank you, Michelle, and thank you for sponsoring the stream. You guys got to thank Molina Mike for this one. I was snoozing, and he said, get this one up. Molina's headed to check the score on this, guys. No idea on the ball count. And also, no idea on the game count. That's why we call it dogging it, folks. Next bank on the 6. Somebody's home.
Are we on, Joey?
We are live, awesome. George. I don't know how much commentating I can do on this one, and we're trying to get a score for this.
Okay.
Molina said, get it live. We'll figure it out.
I guess they're playing Banks?
They are playing Banks.
Oh, he's got a nice 3-railer here on this 9-ball and just stopped the cue ball right there. But he gives up a bank if he misses, and it's a high percentage miss. Fedor, Gorst, Scott Frost.
Woohoo! Doesn't get any better than this, does it, George?
I actually had dreams about this match last night.
Creepy.
No, I just get a kick out of the fact that Scott Frost is now doing a lot of commentary for Matchroom, and he's been real active on Facebook and social media. He 3-railed the 1-ball. And I'm telling you, this is a nice bank shot for Scott to the side. He will jump all over this. The cue ball will be traveling.
Yeah, we've talked about this, George, how that bank to the side on these, it's just the side pocket is so juicy on these if you hit it good.
I would say it's a 75% bang for Scott.
Oh, it almost opened up there.
Yeah.
I think the 9 does bank past the 1. It's one
does.
option.
It does. And he will. I think he'll hit at pocket speed to kind of keep it there and not give up anything.
Okay, score is 0-0, and we're looking at 4-3 Fedor in ball count.
Okay.
Molina gives us. So, George, I'm going to be doing a few things here. So, if you wouldn't mind when a ball gets pocketed, if you say something, I'll do my best to update the score.
Okay. Oh, he doesn't hit at pocket speed. He hits it perfect.
Right in the hole.
With the right speed and takes the first game. Fedor Gorst takes the first game. Welcome, everyone, or welcome me, everyone. I don't know. But what a match we have here. Fedor Gorst, what is it? He's been everything Desert Derby Classic. 2023, 9-ball, bank pool, and master of the table. 2022, bank pool, 1 pocket, master of the table. 5 out of 8 possibilities. Wait a minute, I'm wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 8. And of course, the Bigfoot in 2022 was Filler, and then Shane in 23. So we're going to see a lot of Fedor in the future. His name's going to be on this Derby City Classic winners roster, and name hanging in rafters all over the place. He's already got 6. Working on a couple more this year. He lost his opening match against Evan Lunda in the Banks. Scott hasn't lost, has he, Joey? Nope, Joey's not here. How about someone in the chat? Has Scott lost yet in the Banks? I think he was undefeated. Crossing the 8. Can you get cross without a kiss? Scott's familiar with this bank. He sees it all day long playing one pocket.
Scott is undefeated, George.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, great. Thanks. He'll either cross the 8 or bank the 2. He's crossing the 8. I like this shot, and I think it does not kiss. He gets it right by there. It's so close. And he doesn't like that because if it kisses, he knows he's giving up the deuce. I think the deuce is his best shot. But Scott knows best. Guaranteed.
George, I'm going to take away the ball counts. Just if you could update people audibly on the ball counts.
I'll do what I can here. This is no one's scored yet. This is the opening, and here's Scott's first one. For 1-0, he's got a nice shot on either of the 3 balls by the spot, or the 6th ball at the head rail there, or the bottom rail on the table, back to the right-hand corner. I don't know if you guys can hear all the commotion out there. Dog groomers here, and I'm in Tucson, folks, for those of you wondering. That's where I thought he'd bank, and he made that. Scott has 2 on a run. He's back to that same good shot on this 2 ball, but he's not really paying much attention to it. He's called it now. Got away from him. He wants it to bounce. He's trying to block that. Is it the 5 ball? Yeah, he's giving up the 5. And knows it. So it's 2-0. Scott Frost in the ball count. Fedor won the first game. Fedor measuring this. He knows who he's playing. You know, for that shot right there, for these top elite players, it's almost like a gimme, but it's sure pretty to watch. Nice, solid speed, confident stroke. Will he try to park the cue ball up here? Or where the 2 ball is? Might he bank the 7? He's banking the 2. Yeah. And they're tied in balls now. 2 apiece. Yeah, guys, hit the share button. Let's get that out there. This is George THA. Thanks. Is it? I can barely make it out. Back, front, blunt. Better a household name? Yes, he is. And I saw an interview for Efren Reyes, and they asked him, who is the best player right now? Oh, he's making this one. No, he's not. Did that roll out at the end, guys? That kind of looked like it did, but you can't really tell. These tables, they've got 60 of them, what I understand. And these diamond tables roll pretty nice. Do a pretty good job. Will you 2-rail it in the side past the 8? Or 1-rail it to the bottom right-hand corner? Those are his choices. The 1-railer may give up a shot because the cue ball is going to hit to the middle of the table. The 2-railer he can hold on to right there. Yeah, he's calling it to the side. He can hold on and leave it at the top rail, there, at the bottom rail on your screen. Let me see if I can share this. Scott's taking his time to decide here. He's got his. I don't think the 8 ball bothers him at all. It's just an illusion, and he's hit it a little short. But look at his cue ball. One of the things to watch for, folks, in this bank pool is the cue ball. They want to take away the bottom part. You use a draw stroke a lot, or draw English, reverse English, a lot when you're banking balls. It helps with the direction of the ball coming off the rail. It's 9 balls. First one to make 5 banks wins. No kisses are allowed. No kick shots are allowed. They all has to go clean. It's winner breaks. Banking the 9. Just playing safe. Coming back up again. See again, leave that cue ball. They leave that cue ball on the rail. They want to take away as much of the cue ball as possible. Because English makes a difference. English and angle is what you use to bank a ball. And speed. All 3 determining factors. He's banking the 8. Cue ball's going to be tough here if he's not playing safe. He's banking it. 2 rails. Creative to stay out of the side pocket. If he couldn't bank at 1 rail, so he went 2. I'm wondering. I'm looking at this table, and I guess the best measure you can use is what would you do? Is I wouldn't mind shooting this 3 ball at warp speed and bringing the cue ball all the way back to where he is shooting from. Let's see what Fedor chooses. We'll all learn here. He looks like he's going to be choosing the back bank. He's back cutting this ball. The 8 ball crosses. So he's got a couple choices. He's back cutting the 1 ball. 1 rail to the lower right-hand corner. Right past the 9. Yeah. He gave himself too much clearance for that 9 ball. And Scott has the same choice that Fedor just had on all 3 balls. The 1, the 3, and the 8. Aaron, did I say that by accident? Did I say Scott Gorst and Fedor Frost? That'd be funny. It's kind of fun to be able to interact with the chat. Scott plays a lot of defense playing one pocket. He is always aware of both balls, the object ball and the cue ball. Very aware of both balls. What he might lack in a shot in offense, he'll make up for in defense. Looks like he's firing this 3-ball. Medium speed. Bringing the cue ball back. And not much available here for Mr. Frost. Just to add a little humor to the chat. I was just running through my head, out of the back of my mind, came out Frosty the Snowman. I don't want to sing for you, though. And we're past Christmas. He will bank this one. Or the 8-ball. He won't go for the 8 because the 8 gives up quite a bit, unless he's going to really move his cue ball. He can shoot this 1 ball and bring the cue ball back. Keeps looking at both. Undecided. And actually, the 9 ball might cross to the left-hand corner pocket. But he has to draw the cue ball away from the 3, which might give him a kiss. He's called the lower right-hand corner, so he's firing at this 1 ball. These are pretty, and that it was. 3-2 Fedor, leading by a game. Uh-oh. Crossing the 8 to the corner pocket, playing safe. A lot of respect between these two players for each other. I know for a fact that Scott thinks very highly of Fedor. You're seeing more and more of that with all the European players coming up as much as they have been in the last 2 and 3 years. You know, they're here so much. They're here for 5-6 tournaments a year. And now it's even grown more. Ball count is 3-2 Fedor. And they are being very careful with what they leave. This is rather tactical here. Trying to break out 1 ball at a time to shoot it, have opportunity at just 1 ball at a time. Andrew Brumfield, I don't know what table this is. Joey gets that information. I know he only has access to table 18-7. This is table 18, excuse me. I do know. I can read it on my screen. Live and learn. Gosh, who called me Mr. Box Patterson? I'm not accustomed to being mistered, but it sounds awful good. Is that box that does a lot of the commentary? Used to do a lot of the One Pocket commentary out of Hard Times? Love your commentary, Box, if that's you. Lots of color. I just really like it. Make it fun. Has a bank shot on the 9. Cue ball escapes, so he should be okay shooting it. Cross corner. Almost looks like he's shooting the 7. No, he's shooting the 9. And we're tied at 3. The game's to 5. 60% there. Scott shooting the 7 ball. Cross corner. I don't think he was playing at 3 rails, but if he was, that wouldn't be a bad attempt either. It was close to both, but you had to get the cue ball back down. They don't want to leave the cue ball down there on the bottom. They both need 2. And now with Fedor being kind of, I don't want to say kind of new at One Pocket. Compared to Frost, he's kind of new at One Pocket. But you would think that Scott might have a little advantage, but whatever experience Scott has is made up by Fedor with his abilities. He might be crossing it. Yeah, there was no way he was going to get that by that ball. I don't think it was just to change the lay of the land is what that shot was. Scott might have a shot cross corner on this 7 ball. It's going to come close to a kiss on the left side, though. When that cue ball comes off the rail, the 7 ball is going to get there. Unless he uses inside. English. He's using outside. If you've just joined us, the scoreboard is right. There is 1-0 in games. Oh, he had plenty of room not to make that kiss. How's everybody enjoying the free streaming made possible by Digital Pool and Franco Custom Cues, Lucasi, JBK says, how tips, Paco's Garage Repair. All these guys are helping Joey and Mike out, bring you the live action. Mike's actually in Derby City, courtesy of all these sponsors. Joey Ryan is heading up all the technical work, and I'm remote from Tucson. It's kind of nice. I sit in my office here. I look outside. We have nice weather, although today's been kind of cloudy, and get to watch some of the best pool action in the world right here on my screen. Thanks to everyone here, all of you at home, and the sponsors, Digital Pool, Premier Billiards, I've never been to Derby. Always wanted to go, but every time I hear what the weather's like, I'm glad I didn't.
True Arizonan.
Is he going to bank this past the 8? I don't. It is so tight. He's got half a pocket.
George, can you hear me?
Yeah, he's just playing safe with it. He has not. Well, he's got a shot on the 7. If he shoots the 7, he gives up the 8. But if he shoots the 7 and makes it, he now has a shot on the 8. So there's some positive, there's some negative, and he's weighing the difference.
George, can you hear me?
This is just like one pocket, risk reward. If you're going to take a risky shot, will you get rewarded with position, or will your opponent get rewarded with a shot? A high percentage bank.
Hey, George, can you hear me?
I can now. That's the first time you've said something.
No,
Welcome back, Joey.
I had it on mute. Guys, let me know if you hear an echo. I just want to make sure everything's good.
Sounds good here.
I just looked, George, and there was 800 people watching on Facebook. That's kind of cool.
Those are good numbers. And this is a hell of a match. I'm surprised it's not higher. It's because I can't share it. I've tried, and I just can't seem to. My iPad is locking up.
Another 500 watching on YouTube. Hey guys, if you appreciate the job that George is doing, out of the goodness of your heart, and you can spare a few dimes, top right of the screen you'll see a couple links to Venmo and Cash App. If you just want to throw them a few bucks, really appreciate it.
I should start a GoFundMe account. Send me to Derby. No, I'm just kidding. I probably still wouldn't go.
If it's in the summer, you would.
In the summer, yes, I would. Although it's pretty hot and humid there in the summer. It's always something. I just love Tucson so much. Even our summers, I'm okay with. SVB is watching, someone says in the chat. Hello, Shane. Hey, if Shane is watching, Shane, thank you for that autographed 8-ball. My wife absolutely loved it. That's all she wanted for Christmas. She got to watch Shane win his 8-ball world title in Klagenfurt, Austria. And she watched Shane kiss the 8-ball after the match, after his win. And she says, I want an autographed 8-ball from Shane. And on Shane's Facebook, you can go right on it. And he's got a list of things you can purchase, and an autographed 8-ball is one of them. Sent it out, got it out. I asked for it just before Christmas and got it in plenty of time. Now, Shane, that means I get a 5% commission on all your sales for the next 3 hours. I think he turned his earphones off for just that last comment.
Chad Kozier, thank you for the donation. Got that. Appreciate it.
Joey and Mike are doing a great job of bringing you this live for free, guys. This is awesome. This is you've got several platforms doing this, but these two guys have added a lot to pool with their podcast, with their interviews. I still don't understand how the Patreon works. But I hear it mentioned quite a bit.
Well, George, it's basically a way for creators to support their work. So folks can go to patreon.com/doggingit. And what we do is we put up additional content from what you guys see on Windows Open and, the channels that we have, where let's just say sometimes we're able to speak a little more freely because we know it's a limited audience and of just our followers. So sometimes we'll interview someone and then we'll get on there and we'll talk about how the interview went and things
well,
like
Joey,
that.
I noticed when you're interviewing a lot of the players, you kind of hold your tongue. Mike doesn't.
Yeah,
Mike speaks very freely.
it's good cop, bad cop for sure.
That's right.
Jason Foster, thank you for your Venmo. Appreciate that, buddy.
They are playing bank pool. Someone just asked that. I can't read the chat very well. It's extremely small, and I have reading glasses on, and I still can't read it. But they're playing bank pool. First 1 to 5. The score is 3-3, and the 3-railer on this 8-ball with nice pocket speed. So see where the 8-ball lands, it may disturb the open bank on the 7, but he can't bank the 7 because there's a possibility of a scratch in the side. He can bank the 7 to the lower right-hand corner, though. He can cross bank it. Take the cue ball back down towards the 3. I think he's going to want to use a little outside on it. But these guys are playing safe. They're playing very tactical because if they leave one shot, the other player, the player they leave it for, will find a way to get the other.
Robert Coleman, thank you for the Cash App. Appreciate it, buddy.
Did someone say George message SVB? I can't read that.
Yes. George, can you give an update on the ball count?
The ball count is 3-3. There's 3 balls left on the table. There's 6 balls down. Little discussion about something or other. Don't know what it's about.
Thomas Kasha, thank you for the donation. Appreciate it. Yeah, there's some questions about the chat, George. I'm not exactly sure what those are, but I think some people may be only seeing one chat because they're in YouTube, but we have a couple different Facebooks going right now. Windows Open on Facebook and Pool Player Podcast on Facebook. And then we also have the YouTube channel, of course. So if you're looking at the chat in one of those, you're probably not seeing the other comments coming in. Hey, thank you, Tom. Appreciate it. Yeah, Jeff, this match is nuts. Can't ask for.
It's going to be very tactical because they're both going to be careful. Especially Scott's going to be careful because he's down by a game now. So, well, Shane says he did not tell anyone for me to message them. So, two-rail bank to the corner, a little long. It's got a good bank to the left-hand corner pocket where you just indicated. We'll probably hit it with good speed. Can't give up anything down there. If he gives up anything, it'll be the 7. So he'll hit it with good speed so it doesn't come out too far for a bank.
Charles Madlala coming to us from South Africa. Thanks for joining in, man.
Wow, that's a long way. That's the power of the internet there. All the way across the world. South Africa. Jeez.
Yeah, George, I've made it a point that this year, one of my goals is to watch more Asian pool. Because now with the internet, we have that available to us. And I want to watch more of pool in the Philippines and, Taiwan and China. It would be awesome to be able to get to know those players a little better.
I'm very fortunate to be able to do commentary for Predator, and we're getting a lot of the Asian pool players, and more every day. Now that China has opened up a little bit, and we've seen some of that come over. The Vietnamese players are doing a good job coming out here. What a tournament they had in Hanoi! Wow.
Yeah, that was impressive.
That was very impressive. The sound that came through the internet, everybody cheering. I've never heard anything like that. That was just awesome. And that was exciting.
So I've had pros tell me in the past just how awesome it is to play in Asia, how they get treated like rock stars, right? And look at this. And so that was very evident in Hanoi. The players really appreciated it. You could tell. They had a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, Scott's sneaky just like this. This is the kind of shots he comes with that kind of just puts you in a situation where, you're forced to give something up. But Fedor's going to try to make good here and make this ball. He's got the angle for it. I don't think he can hold a cue ball. He might be able to hold a cue ball. It's going to come off. If it comes off, 6 or 7 inches, that's going to be enough for Scott to have a shot. So it all depends on where the 8 ball's going. So I think Fedor's going to have a line on this too. He's not only going to hit the angle he wants, he's going to hit it with the speed that he thinks will leave it the safest. He's made it. Wow, so he needs one. So you see that little sneaky move by Frost backfired, turned into a ball. And now Fedor will not remove this 3 ball, I don't think. I wouldn't. Because it brings the other ball into play. With that 3 ball there, Scott can't win the game in one inning. But he can. So that's exactly where you want to be.
Yeah, I'm watching on a little delay here, George, at that shot Fedor just hit. What a shot. Guys, while we have a little downtime in the action, I want to give a huge thank you to our sponsors, Premier Billiards up at the top, and then all those sponsors down at the bottom, Prentice Custom Cues, Hal Tips, JB Cases, Hard Times, Lucasi, and Franco Custom Cues. They were all part of this journey to look at this shot on a 7 too, George.
It's really close. It's in.
It is dead center.
And Fedor's 2-0.
Wow. So those were all the folks that helped Melina Mike get out there and sponsored the trip. And then the folks that are scrolling in the bottom right-hand corner, the break room from Fairbanks, Alaska. We have Jay Flowers. We're going to be doing some giveaways with them. We've already done a few. We have Michelle Griffin, realtor out of the Kentucky area. Thank you for your sponsorship. We have Paco Garage Door Repair. He's out of West Texas. So if you need any garage door installation or repair, if the job's big enough, he'll travel. And then Statewide Billiards out of Michigan. So check them out, guys. All these folks kind of make this possible so that we can provide this to you.
We are lucky to get it, Joey. Thanks for everything.
Is there a better 2-ball out in Banks than what he just made, George?
No, especially the A ball was great. The way he held the ball, the speed on both shots was fantastic. In fact, the speed on the last shot on that 7 ball is what opened up that bank enough to make it. When it first left the back rail, it looked short, but the speed just opened it up just a little bit, and it was right in the middle of the pocket almost. What a great shot! Both shots were just fantastic. And that's what you get from Fedor. He comes with it. I mean, he's the real deal, folks. Young man, let's see. He's 23 years old, and what a treat you're going to have at I guess starting right after this match, because isn't he scheduled to play right now against Filler?
Yeah, I guess they'll probably be waiting on this one.
Yes, they're waiting on this, because right after this match, you're going to have Mr. Fedor Gorst and Mr. Joshua Filler locking horns on the Bigfoot, the 10-foot table. Fedor defeated Jason Shaw in the opening round, then defeated Victor Zielinski. Defeated Shaw 10-7. Zielinski 10-5. They were tied at 5, Zielinski and Fedor, and he rattled off 5 games in a row to take that one. And now he faces Joshua Filler, who apparently, from what I've seen, is playing about as good as he's ever played. And he's just bringing the heat. But as you can see by watching this, so is Fedor. Guys, I see a couple of comments in the chat, and I'm having a lot of trouble reading them. I can't read them. I can see that it says George something, and I can't read it.
Who do you got, George? Filler or Fedor is what it says.
I've gotten to know them both a little bit. Fedor, I don't really speak with much. I've done commentary with Christina, and it was funny. One time I'm doing commentary with Christina and Fedor standing right next to us in the backstage of the Rio. And I said, Fedor, you want to sit in? He just shook his head. No. But that was a funny one. But and I've always said this. I've always told this story. His very opening win on the Pro Billiard Series in Arizona, Fedor was late to catch his plane out of Phoenix, so he had to leave. He wins the tournament. He's already 10 or 15 minutes late to leaving, to make the plane. So they're going to have to really haul butt to get there. And I asked him they told me to get an interview from him. So I asked him a couple of questions, and he agreed to it, knowing, he said, I got to go, but fire away. I mean, not too many people will do that. I gained so much respect for him right then and there that I just, I love this kid. He's the real deal.
They're famous for scheduling flights on tight schedules, George.
And I can see why, because, especially at the end of a tournament.
Yeah, so I know of 2 stories. One Fedor shared with me, which was his World 9-ball title. He said that he thinks he played kind of relaxed because he had a flight to catch. He wasn't really thinking about the match as much when he was in the final because he had to jump on an airplane. So he said he just got out there and kind of freewheeled and ended up winning the World 9-ball championship. And then when they had the U.S. Pro Billiards Series event in Tucson is when they were actually talking to the organizers there, trying to ramp up the schedule or do something a little different because they had a tight flight there, him and Christina. So,
Well, you at the end of a tournament, you want to get out of where you're at and get to where you're going, and but you don't control the time you leave. The tournament does. You can always run over a little bit, and that 10-3 match you were hoping to win, and it goes to 9-9, and takes an hour longer. especially coming out of Tucson, that he was flying out of Phoenix. So that means he had to drive to Phoenix, which from the casino to Phoenix Airport is pretty solid 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, 3-railer.
Yeah, but he's left a little bit of a shot if Scott chooses to take it, the 2-railer on the 8 to the side. But I don't see them playing that shot very much. I've seen the 3-railer played, but looks like he'd rather play a safe here. Yeah, see, Scott's not going to fire at anything that might leave a ball. He can't afford to. He's got to wait for a mistake from Fedor. And I'll tell you, if you're waiting for a mistake from Fedor Gorst,
You might be waiting a while.
bring a sleeping bag, dude, because you're going to be there quite a while. That kid doesn't make too many mistakes. And if he does, he's even surprised. Well, yes, sir. Loud and clear. Okay. Now, will he bank the 6 ball? I don't think so because he doesn't like where the cue ball is going. He could double bank this ball, but no, he's just playing safe. See, this is going to be tactical. Scott's not going to give up anything, any possible shot if he can. And he's not going to take any flyers. I kind of wonder if Scott will take a flyer if it means that if he makes the shot, he could run out. But, still, running out of bank pool is a feat. If they're laying right, some of these guys make it pretty easy. In fact, that's how Fedor lost to Evan Lunda. I watched the match. Fedor had a shot that if he makes, he probably runs 5 and out. He missed it, and Evan came with a good shot on the opening shot and was able to run 5 and out to win the match. That's his only loss in banks. And, of course, as we noted earlier, Scott has yet to been defeated in banks. So Scott does have a buyback. Fedor does not. This is I believe it's the 7th round, is what Joey was telling me, or what I've kind of gathered by listening to some of the talk, since I'm not at the venue. Evan's coming to his own as of late. He was always a promising player, and now he's delivering. Banking the 7. No, he's banking the 1 to the corner and holding the cue ball. He's left a nice bank on the 7. Now will Fedor shoot it? These are the kind of shots he likes. Well, to tell you the truth, most of these elite players like that 7 ball. But he's going to protect his lead. He's going to do what's best. 0-0 score, ball count. Hello. Pretty shot. I don't know if John Brumback is there, but he's kind of famous for just saying, and I like the way it's said, and I've actually seen him do it one time here in Phoenix. Straight back. And that's where it goes, just the way Fedor shot it. I thought I saw where John Brumback retired, so I don't think he's there. I haven't seen his name to date. This is the 3rd day. That's too wide. But again, taking care of Whitey. might have a shot on the 2-ball, which is right in the middle of the table, and it banks to the left-hand corner, which Scott just called. Let's see if he chooses the 2-ball or the 5-ball. Those are the only 2 balls to bank there, and it looks like he's chosen the 5. He's playing safe. He didn't even try to make that. He just called it. He tried to get us all excited and people to call me a dummy for calling it in the corner. I don't think Fedor's just called a ball in the lower right-hand corner. Does that 5-ball bank by that 9? Well, if he's calling it, I'm going to bet on him being real close. I lost that bet. And no, guys, don't start wanting to bet me on everything. I usually, especially when I'm commentating a match, I never will take sides or bet on anything going on the screen. Unfortunately for a lot of players out there, I'm not much of a gambler. But if it's real easy, I won't turn it down.
George, did Scott get that last game?
No.
Fedor still 2-0.
Well, 2-0.
Okay. Hey, guys, once again, got a lot of people in here. Just wanted to let you know, George Teixeira is doing this, just volunteering his time. He's doing a great job. If you guys wouldn't mind contributing a few bucks up there under the commentator donations, I'd love to be able to jelly him after this, give him a little bit of money for his time.
And the ball count is 1-0 Fedor.
Nice.
2-rail shot. Did he call that?
No.
Now, see, that's Joey. Remember we were talking? Was it last night? I said, one of the shots, of bank shots, I don't see very many players play is that 2-railer to the side pocket.
Yep.
That's the one I was talking about. Because in snooker golf, you play that a lot for the side pockets. Those are the toughest pockets. Nick DeLeon is at Derby City. In fact, he lost his opening round in the banks, and I believe he's playing or just played his 7th round. I thought I saw a post from him on Facebook. Banking the 1-ball back to where he's at. Looks like Fedor changes gloves every day. And look at this shot. That's the 2nd straight back he plays. It's sweet, and it counts, and it's 2-0. Needs 3 balls to close out Mr. Frost and send him to the buyback booth. Does he bank the ball on the spot? He's got a nice 2-railer on this. Is it the 8-ball? Is that the 4-ball on the right side by the side pocket there?
That is the 4-ball.
Yeah. He's got it lays real nice. It's a nice 2-railer. But if I have the choice of banking 1-ball, 2 rails, or 1 rail, I guess I'm going to go for the 1-railer, especially the way he hits these. These guys have this spot shot measured pretty well. That was pretty close. These players, and when I say these players, I'm referring to what I call the elite players, guys with a Fargo of over 800, or guys that kind of specifically play bank pool or 1 pocket. When the ball's on the spot and the cue ball's in the kitchen, they have it pretty much measured.
Guys, we're in the sixth round of banks right now. And,
This is sixth, not seventh. Okay, so
yeah,
I guess Nick's going to be playing. I saw his post a little bit ago, and it said seventh round, I thought.
Yeah, Scott has 0 losses. Fedor is on his buyback, so this would not be the end for Scott Frost in this tournament.
No.
A couple other notables. European player, Pius Labutis, I think he's from Lithuania. He has yet to buy back. He's in round 6.
He's a very capable player. He's really he's shown some great speed on some of these Pro Billiard Series events that I commentate. And he's come up. He hasn't won one yet, but give the kid time. He'll come around.
Victor Zelinsky is in round 6. He's on table 15 right now, playing Terry Hulsman. Victor has used his buyback.
Yes, he has. I saw who beat him somewhere. I saw it, and now I can't remember who it was.
George, have you heard the name Butch Brumback? Is he related to...
Big guy that I was watching playing. He was playing in the action table 2 nights ago.
Oh, really? So he's playing Anthony Maglino, probably the best player in Florida, on table 20 right now in banks, and both of them have already rebought.
Yeah, he looked pretty good. Yeah, I wouldn't call him elite, but I wouldn't call him John, but he looked pretty good. He was defending himself.
I got a name for you to remember, George. Nathan Childress, young player out of Virginia.
Okay.
He's in round 6 of the banks right now. He's used his buyback. He's playing Larry Miller, who's also used his buyback. They're on table 9. But Nathan's a really good young talent out of Virginia. In fact, the first time I ever saw him was in a Scotch doubles tournament in Maryland. I was partnered with my brother, and he was partnered with Shane Wolford.
And it looks like Shane Wolford is doing a job on Chris Robinson.
Hey, check out the chat. There's Mike DeLauder, heck of a bank pool player. I checked last night. It looked like Mike was had yet to use his buyback, which is not surprising. Let me check on him now and see kind of where he is.
It's Mike DeLauder. Oh, no, I'm thinking of DeMarco. I'm sorry. I was going to say, are they related? But no.
Yeah, Mike is on a, let's see, that's one pocket. Yeah, all I'm seeing is his one pocket match that'll be coming up. It's to be determined right now. But Mike's out of Florida, and he's a great player. We've had a few run-ins in the day. I got lucky. I got lucky once or twice, but he's definitely got a winning record on me. Heck of a vertical leap too, George.
Heck of a vertical leap.
Yeah.
You better than how high he can jump.
You know, it's funny. Every once in a while, you'll meet a pool player, and you could tell that they were just a great athlete. You know, whatever sport they played, they were probably good at it. Mike reminds me of that. There's a guy in Virginia named Matt Clatterbuck. You know, he's probably a great athlete. You know, you could just tell.
Well, a lot of it's hand-eye coordination, and a lot of it's, everything that goes with being an athlete.
Yep.
Temperament, everything that makes a pool player. Is he banking this 9-ball to the lower right-hand corner?
Looks like he's lining up for it.
Yep. This would be number 3. Now, he's kind of undecided because I think he gives up the 5 if he misses.
Lucas Varner is in the 6th round of banks. He's playing now on 19. He has yet to use his buyback.
Yeah, he banked it to the upper corner. And he's an up-and-coming player. Wow, he's coming up pretty strong, too.
Yeah, this could be a breakthrough event for him, George. I mean, I know people in the know have heard that name and seen him play and seen him do some good things. He was in Mosconi Cup contention for a while as a potential wild card pick. But I would not be surprised to see him get deep in 1 or 2 events here and really kind of put his statement on it.
Well, he's not even 20 yet, is he?
You know, I'm not quite sure his age, but he's very young.
I'm pretty sure he was playing juniors last year.
Yeah.
So that would put him
he's got to at least
19.
be 21 because it's at the casino.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I heard someone explain last night or the night before, I forget what it was, but why you have to be 21 to play in this tournament at the casino in Derby City is because you have to walk through the casino to get to the playing area.
Yeah. Which I just went to Las Vegas for a soccer tournament, and they don't care out there. Your kids walk right through the middle of the casino to get to their hotel room.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot more ground to cover in Vegas than they do at the casino there in Louisville.
That's true.
And you were explaining how desolate it is around there, so you know how much attention they can pay to people walking down the hallway.
Yeah, I had a mother of one of the junior players reach out yesterday, and we're gonna have a junior player in when we get to the 9-ball commentating some of the matches. And she brought up a great point. She's like, since they can't really play in the event, maybe that would be an interesting way to get a junior player involved. And I'm like, heck yeah, that's cool and great experience for them, you know?
It is, because to watch these players, especially watching all the elite players play, you see shots like that. Yep. Now, what closed up that bank shot was the speed. And Scott gets his first ball of the game.
A couple other names on the in the 6th round of banks on table 8. Brett Hall, he's used his buyback against Sergio Rivas, who has not used a buyback yet. And then on table 21, Justin Hall versus Keely Chaburko. Keely has used his buyback. Justin is not. Justin Hall is capable of winning this tournament.
Justin Hall is a very capable player. Just how much will he play, though? Does he go in and hiding between tournaments?
Yeah, you don't see him much, do you, George? And he's one of those guys that, I don't mean this in any disrespectful way, but you kind of wonder in 20 years if he's going to think back and say, how could I have been? You know, if he truly dedicated himself to getting better.
I think any athlete that's worth his salt will have those thoughts.
Yeah. But there's no question about his ability. And when he is dedicated and putting the time in, he's one of the best players you'll find. Is he going to bank the 9, George? Because with the 7, taking out a quarter of the pocket there, ball's got to go cleanly in the side.
His choice is the 8, the 4, or the 9. The 7 does take about, like you just said, about a quarter of the pocket, from what I can tell.
Yeah, Torture You in the chat says Lunda still has no losses in the banks. He's also through to round 2 of the 1 pocket. He'll be playing later today. Evan
and
Lunda.
That's where we get our updates, and love it. Thanks, guys, for bringing that information.
Lunda's another player is capable of winning not just the 1 pocket, but also the banks.
Lunda has finally come into his own, I think, in closing. He's a very, very capable player and has been for years. But these last 2, he's kind of crossed that. He's turned that, taken that step that he's able to close.
Got a real good 1 pocket matchup later today. It's to be determined right now. But John Mora in round 2 against Richie Richardson. That should be a good matchup.
Yeah, we got to watch Richie earlier. And Fedor makes another one for number 3. 3-1.
Well, this isn't good. This is not good news for Scott Frost.
No, he wants to keep him off it. And look at this 8 ball that he has. Or is it the 4? That's the 4 right in the middle of the table. To this lower left-hand corner.
George playing right now on table 28, one of Arizona's own, Scooby Pelton. He's on his buyback, but he's in round 2 of the 1 pocket.
I used to run into him quite a bit. In fact, when I was going to Phoenix, I haven't seen him for quite a while.
Me either. Good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Shaw has used his buyback. He's playing now in the 6th round of banks against Justin Stewart, who also uses buyback.
He's 1 ball away from sending Scott to put up $100 to get his buyback. Is he going to 4-rail this 9?
Yes, he is, George. What do you give him percentage-wise here on this shot? 50-50?
1 out of 3.
George Teashea with a 33.33%. It looks pretty good.
It went long.
Oh. He didn't leave a whole lot either.
3 rails in the side. On the 9.
That's a little risky, though, George.
In what way?
Well, you missed the 9, and it's going to be out there in the middle of the table, probably.
Yeah, but the cue ball is going to be on the bottom rail, probably, if you use a little high English on it. It's probably going to stay in that area. No, it will come to about the middle. I take that back as I look at this angle.
Yeah, and if you shoot it soft and the 9 hangs up near the side, that could be problems.
Correct, yeah. You'll give up a bank to the lower left.
Is he trying this 2 rails on the side, George, the 7 ball?
I think he might just try to pocket it
or
and
3 rails?
Bring the cue ball down.
Maybe 3 rails by the 8? This is interesting.
I'm thinking he's just playing safe, but is he playing this? Yeah, he's playing 3 rails. He might have made it.
Close. Good effort.
Yeah, good shot. I thought he was just going to pocket it and bring the cue ball down to where Fedor's standing right now.
Hey, who are you talking about, Philip? Welcome, Philip Prentice, to the chat. He was helping us commentate the other day. He's one of our sponsors, Prentice Custom Cues. Check him out on Facebook. Make some beautiful cues out there in Northern California. Oh, Lunda, yeah. I'm actually undefeated against Lunda in one pocket. He tried to hustle me for 20 a game, George. I think I beat him out of 3 games.
Look at you. I'm undefeated against him, too. I've never played him.
This is a long time ago. He came through Jacksonville, Florida when I was living there. And he had a girl with him, and I think he was more focused on that. Maybe she was giving him a hard time.
Could be. Maybe he was trying to get you to bet more than 20.
Probably. He didn't know how nitty I was, though.
Oh, Scott comes with fire, and he's got 1. 2 now. Added 1 to the list. He needs all 3 on the table. Better needs 1.
Hey, what's up, Jim Telfer?
Good shot here on this 8. Right back where he's at. I'm going to say he makes it. I was wrong.
As my mom in Baltimore would say, pert near made it.
Now, see, to me, he's got a good shot on this 9, 2 rails in the side. He's gonna cross it and go into the corner.
George, I'll be back.
Okay. You might not have anything to come back to because I think he makes this ball if he's.
Okay,
yeah, he's
I'll hang on for
spot.
1 second.
Yeah, the cue ball squeezes right by, and it's just a matter of how good he hits it.
Yep. Slam dunk.
Fedor Gorst moves on.
Well, guys,
Scott?
thanks. Yeah, thanks so much for joining. We're going to stop the feed now. We'll come back soon with another great match for you. George, thanks so much, man. Appreciate all you do.
It's my pleasure.
If you guys want to shoot a little jelly to George, the information is up there in the top right, Venmo and Cash App. We really appreciate you guys tuning in, and stay tuned. Keep your notifications on.
Talk to you guys later.